it's so much things in this movie. But I can say, for me, it's life. It's about life. Actually, how life is. But it's so condensed and purified, cleansed. So my hope is that if you do so, cleanse and purify and condense the existence and show it, it can help you to see your situation better. When you, it's like cartoons sometimes are very, very easily made, but they open your eyes and you see much more in it than only a cartoon. So, as I said, it's hard to fully explain this movie and what's about. But it's about life. It's about to be a human being, and to be a human being contains a lot of things. But it's all the things in this movie. They are well known for all of us. They are well known. It's not not much strange things in it. But by help of this style, the purifying style, I hope that it will make the life more clear for you, for the spectator. The same task as the cartoon maker is doing. To make it easier to understand yourself. And of course also to entertain. And my philosophy is that art should be in service of humanism all the time. In service of empathy and humanism. And sometimes you create cruel things. It's not to be only for the entertaining. Sometimes you have to even show cruel things, but together it should be we should be in service of humanism and empathy, the art. And the filmmaking can be art, can also be very, very cynic business field. But in my opinion, as an artist, you have to be in the service of humanism and yeah. When I was in the middle of my career, you can say, after I passed film school and finished film school in 70, and after 18 years old, approximately, I was so fed up with my work, my job, because I couldn't find a way to go further, to develop go deeper. And suddenly I understood that's why I keep the realism and naturalism style. And when I realized that and really dared to leave that and go into the so-called abstracted movie making, film making, picture making, I felt so free and released, and so free. It was a fantastic feeling that I dared to take that step, because I grew up in a working family, and at that time abstraction was bourgeoisie. It was for middle class, upper class. For my relatives and family, social realism was the only one. The other was bourgeoisie and upper class things. But now I think that the abstracted way of creating art is more interesting than realism and naturalism. I think we all realize that now. But at that time it was not so natural. And by help of this abstraction, I think the movie can make existence more clear for you, for the spectator. And I mean, these two guys and the other people in the movie, they are not far from us. They are unemployed, they are pensionists maybe, the two. They are poor, they have had some alcohol problems earlier, I think. They are divorced, no family. But at the same time, they are so close to us. As Oliver Radi and Stan Laurel, they are on the bottom of the social ladder. But however, we can recognize us in them. And that's what I hope with this movie also, that we could recognize us in these two very poor and sad characters that are trying to be rich by this banal. Yeah, that's true. That's a question. They don't laugh. You're right. I haven't thought about it. The two characters, they don't laugh. No. But maybe that's why we laugh at them. But they are trying to climb a step on the social ladder. And this ambition, that's what we recognize. They want to impress people, they want to sell, and they want to be not alone. They want to survive. So it's not a very thrilling life they live. But many of us are not either living a very thrilling life. Most of the time, not so very thrilling. But it could be better. And maybe a movie like this could help us to get a more thrilling life. Yeah, that's a fantastic, delicate question, because that's what I always try to do. Suppress overacting. Because it's so easy to overact. And especially with that type of dialogue, the dialogue that is so purified and simple. If you exaggerate and that, it can be very bad. It should be very, very suppressed, very, very low acting. And these two guys, they are not professional actors. But that's interesting, because after 2 scenes or a week or more, they are getting more and more professional. Even none of them have been on a stage or a film before. But it's also my philosophy. All of us have capacity to act, to be an actor. All of us. You, everyone. When I saw these paintings by Dix and Grosch, for example, and Beckman, and so many of them, I was so impressed of the honestly, you say? Honesty. Yes, the honesty. And I said before, as I said before, both of them, they had fantastic bad experiences from the war, the First World War, and they had seen things that are terrible. And when they came home and tried to live a common life in Germany for the rest of the life, these memories were there all the time, and the color, when they tried to describe the common life, this grotesque side of the human being was transparent. It was coming to a very, very common life situation, was colored by these grotesque experiences they had in the war. So I had never seen such a grotesque side in painting history before I saw Dix and Grosch. And I'm very, very fascinated and interested in history. And the First World War is actually is my favorite war, so to say. It's so that's why I'm so interested in that painting, also Dix and Grosch. It's about the First World War, but it's also about now a time also. It's because it's not a big step between the grotesque in the war and the grotesque in our time. It's a short bit to reach. So we should be very, very aware of that risk. I don't know if there's time for me to fulfill all my ambitions, but even if you make whatever you make, features or shorts or write novels or paint, I think you should be in the service of humanism and empathy. And you have a responsibility also when you create art, because these things, they help people to build up a worldview. You get your worldview by life, of course, but also by art and entertainment. So it's a responsible job to create art and even entertainment. If you are very cynic, if most of the filmmakers are cynic, you will have an audience that also will be cynic, I think. So it's responsible, and that's why it's also, I'm happy that I have had the opportunity to work with these things, with these tools. If you move the camera or if you cut, you lose time. You lose interest, you lose concentration. It maybe sounds strange in the ears of most of the audience, because they think that if you cut, you win time. No, you lose time. It's my philosophy, because then you have to change your attention. Cut for me, it's no, to make a wide shot and cut in, close up or half. For me, it's over that way of filmmaking. It's impossible for me. It's so. But maybe I can go back to move the camera a little. But if you have when you start a scene, you are very careful about the framing. That should be exact, everything. As soon as you move the camera, you lose that precision. And it's hard to have that precision during the moving. So I can't find a meaning with to leave my style. I think I should die with it. I think so, actually. It's a so-called anachronism. Anachronism. It's when you change different times into the same situation, in the same situation. Because Karl the 12th, the king, 18th century, was a stupid, was responsible only for God. He tried. Sweden has always been afraid of Russia since the 16th century, I think, because at that time Finland belonged to Sweden, and Finland was very close to Russia. So they they fought a lot about these areas. The Baltic countries belonged to Sweden sometimes, and Russia got them back and so on. So today it's the same. Sweden are very, very, but it's so exaggerated, this fear. Yeah, I can't understand it, but I think that weapon industry, they really want to keep that attitude that they are dangerous and they are dangerous. However, King the 12th, he's also been a hero for macho attitude. Also the immense power, also it's very masculine symbol. And the Sweden, they don't want to hear that he was so homosexual. And that's, they as like a Strauss, Strutz, the head in the sand. They don't want to hear the truth. And he was even, I don't think he was a good general either. He lost the half Sweden with the stupid war. That's so. This Kalle Sulf, it's self-built, Swedish self-built. That Sweden, they would have the self-built before the war, when we lost the war, instead of afterwards. And the Sweden, they would like to not to hear that he was homosexual either. So I would like to cheat, to take up these sides of our history, our self-built. That's why. It's not cynically. I have been a little accused by being a little cynical, because I like the nakedness. I smile when I see nakedness, pure, honest. For example, when you look at children, a child is so open, so and it's so nice to look at. And you can even, if you look at the dogs, sometimes they are so. They have no ambitions to hide sides of themselves. They offer themselves totally. And I really like to see the human being in that situation as a child. That's what makes me laugh at this smile. Yeah, it's very simple, I would say. They want, what task they to survive. These two guys, they are pensionists. They are not old pensionists, but sometimes you can get pension when you are injured, and or you have been divorced, you have been mental problems, you have alcohol problems, and so on. You can get this so early pension. It's not much, but they are living at the place where such people living most of the time, divorced people with many problems and very little money. They are living there, and they want to increase their economy a little by help of these things they have tried to sell. But I don't think that they have more dreams than just to survive. And that's the thing that worries them. If these two, if they are getting enemies, angry to each other and enemies, suddenly they understand that no, you are the only friend I have. We have to keep together. So it's about loneliness also. This scene wakes up the question of loneliness, and we human beings can't stand loneliness, and I hope that this scene will make us to understand that. As I said, I hope that the scenes that are not very strange, they are very simple, and they are created with a special style that is condensed and clear and easy to see. That kind of movie can help us to understand, see ourselves also. For me, I've read and seen a lot of tragic things in art history, and I'm so happy that I have seen it. It's fantastic to see all the sides of the existence, and this is one part of the existence. I don't mean that there don't exist happy people. Of course, there are happy people, but to be very, very honest, I think that unhappiness, we have more unhappiness than happiness in us in life. That's my point of view. But it's nothing to do with about it. It's as it is. You have to stand it and survive with it, and try to be kind to other people. Try to be generous before you die. I hope that they feel that they have never seen something like that before. That's a very good step to reach. And that's what I also want as a spectator. I want to see something that I've never seen before. Maybe that's the main ambition, the main task. Of course, it must be something more than that, but I mean the content. But how it's described, that's important, that it's described in a way that you haven't met before.